Hello, my friends. Just here to help you with today's math lesson. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to start a little bit of it for you, and then you guys are going to do the rest on your own. I wanted to tell you that we are going to talk about two different words, and the first word is going to be greater, and the other word is going to be less. And I know we've talked about it a little bit at school, so we know that greater means bigger or more. And less, remember we talked about less means smaller or not as much. So on your worksheet, the first part, I'm going to read your directions, says count and write the number. Ring, which we know also means circle, the number that is greater. So in the example, you can see they counted 1, 2, 3, 4. They wrote the number in the box. 1, 2, wrote the number in the box. If you remember from the directions, it said to ring the number that is greater. So I'm going to do this one for you. First thing I have to do is count the number. 1, 2, 3. And I'm using this little pencil on my computer, so my numbers aren't going to be super neat. But make sure that you try to make sure your numbers are as neat as you can make them, and check to make sure they're not backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to figure out which one is greater. So, greater means bigger. So do I want 3 or 5? And I know that 5 is my greater number. Okay, so what you're going to do for the rest of them is the same thing. Count and write and circle the one that is greater. Now, if we go down here, we're going to count and write the number, but instead we're going to ring the number that is less. And we know that less is the smaller. So let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remember, when I count, I don't want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to count kind of in an order so I don't forget the ones I already counted. And remember your strategies. Sometimes we have to put a little dot on the ones we already counted so we don't count them more than once. So I went across. I went 1, 2, down to the next row, 3, 4, 5. So try your best to count in an order. Then I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. And sometimes, remember in math, we go back and we check our work. So I might want to go back because I'm not sure if I counted that one right. So I'm going to check it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I counted 4. I went back and I checked again. And I need to circle the one that is less or smaller. So which one? 5 or 4? And I know that 4 is less than 5 or smaller than 5. Let's do one more together. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how I put my finger or my pencil on every one I counted. And now we're going to count the next group. 1, 2, 3. And my directions still say I'm going to circle the one that is less. So 3, I know, is less than 4. I'm going to circle it. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. And remember, go back and check again if you're not sure about your counting, and try your best to make your numbers nice and neat. Now, I'm going to go down, and it's going to move this. So I'm going to have to erase it. And if you need to go back, you could always rewind the video and go back. Down here, same thing. We're going to follow the directions, and what it says is to write the numbers 1 through 20 in order. So we know that we have to start at what number do you think we're going to start at? Good, we're going to start at number 1. So I'm going to write a number 1, and I'm going to go all the way to 20. So that's the front of our page. If we go to the back of our page, we've done this once before, but I want to go over it again. It says, draw lines to match. Ring, or we know ring means circle, the extras. Write the numbers and compare them. So remember, when we compare two things, we look at both groups And we have to figure out which group is going to be greater and which group is going to be less. Write G for greater than and L for less than. So what I'm going to do is I want to start by drawing lines to match. So this one has a partner, right? We talk about having partners. This one has a partner. This one has a partner. This one has a partner. Now, if I go to draw a line, no partners. So these are my extras that have no partners. Now, these directions had a lot of steps, so we want to make sure we do each one. Now we need to count and write the numbers. So let's count the apples. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to write a 6 just like they did in my box. Let's count the strawberries. 1, 2, 3, 4. And write number 4. Okay, now I need to figure out which group is greater. Which one do you think? The apples are greater, so I'm going to write a G for greater. And the strawberries, there are less strawberries than apples, so we're going to write less. Okay, let's try the next one together. So remember, my first direction was draw lines to match. So the carrot and the lemon, carrot and the lemon, carrot and the lemon. Is there any carrot to match the lemon? So we need to ring the extras. So these are the lemons that do not have a partner. Okay, now we're going to count. 1, 2, 3. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go back and check again because I kind of counted a little bit fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to write my number 5. Now my next step is, remember, I have to write G for greater than and L for less than. So which one do we think is greater? And I know that greater is bigger or more. So there's a greater number of lemons. And I remember that less than is smaller. So there's less carrots. Okay, so that's what you're going to do for the rest of that page. And don't worry about the check the understanding. If you want to tell mom and dad, you can. And what's today's check your understanding is, look at the last exercise, which is this one. Tell how you know whether 6 or 5 is greater. So just like we talked about greater and less, see if you can tell someone at home, how did you know which one was greater and which one was less? I hope this helps a little bit. Feel free to watch the video and help you along the way. And if you need anything else, let me know. Bye, friends.